What's up guys, welcome back to the Lil Maguizy channel. Today we're gonna revisit a man in a metal suit. Let's do it. Iron Man 2, starring Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, an Iron Man. Gwyneth Paltrow as Pepper Potts. Not Terrence Howard as Rhodey / War Machine. His name's Don Cheadle this time. Scarlett Johansson as Natasha Romanoff / Black Widow. Mickey, how the fuck do you say this guy's name? Mickey Rourke as Whiplash. That's that. Basically, it starts off with the ending of the last movie, where like the Marvel logo shows up and it's like showing audio of back when Tony announced that he was Iron Man, and then Ivan Vanko, his dad dies, so then he builds an arc reactor, and then that's when the title shows up. Okay, and then Tony flies up to down to the Stark Expo and then says a bunch of shit, and then boom, that's that. And then basically, moral of the story, Iron Man 2 is basically 5 different Iron Man movies rolled into one. And then Tony gets sent to court. Well, he doesn't get sent to court, he goes to court with Rhodey, he looks different. And then he meets this guy called Justin Hammer, who is like his competitor. And then, you know, Tony's like, you want my property? You can't have my property. Then he runs away. Simple as that. And then he finds out that his arc reactor is poisoning him. And then he goes and competes in this go-kart race, and Ivan Vanko is now Whiplash, and then he tries to kill him. But luckily, he brings like this portable suit with him. And then, you know, Ivan is murdered. Well, not Ivan is done. Gets sent to prison, and Justin Hammer, you know, helps him out with stuff. And then also, I thought I should mention that Black Widow's in this. That's it. She's just there. I'm not even gonna say anything. That's literally her whole purpose in this movie. She's just there. Yeah. And so then he has a party, and Rhodey is like, dude, you can't do this, bro. You can't do this. And then he goes and finds another suit, which is grey, and then they beat the shit out of each other, and then Rhodey flies away with the suit, and then Nick Fury shows up. And turns out that Natalie Rushman is actually Natasha Romanoff, which is Black Widow. And he tries to recruit him to the Avengers. Again, doesn't really work out. And then Rhodey makes like modification to his armor, and then, you know, there's an Stark Expo. And then Rhodey shows up, which is like, but his suit is like controlled, and then, you know, Iron Man shows up, Black Widow shows up, Rhodey chases Iron Man down, and they go crash land in this garden, then Whiplash shows up, and then they murder him. Then Tony and Pepper switch it up. And Justin Hammer gets arrested. And then they get a medal. And then after credit scene is where Phil Coulson finds Thor's hammer. That's it. That's Iron Man 2. Overall, it's pretty meh. It's not really something I want to go back to. Well, actually, it's a good movie, but like describing the plot that's when shit starts to get, you know, difficult, describing the plot. Would I recommend you watch it? I would, but take it with caution. Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you next time where we tackle a god who controls lightning with a hammer. Goodbye.